Hey guys, welcome back. We made it. It's the end of the week. It's Friday. We finally got here. Can you believe it? It's so good to be here.
It's kind of like last week when there was a Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I know that happens every week, but it's still nice every time I get here. Hope everybody
For
out there
sure.
is doing good, staying safe, staying relatively sane. Let's see, where do we got hellos from? Uh-oh, Saeed's having issues logging into the forum. That's no good. So,
Right into the forum or into Facebook?
it says the forum.
Oh, forum. Oh, interesting. Let me go check it out.
All right. Dorset, UK. Austria. Crete, Greece. Canada, Holland. London, Germany. JDC, AMC. Or we decided we could just call you JDC because AMC is your daughter, but JDC is questioning the sanity of the whole situation, which I have a hard time disagreeing with. We're crazy times in place.
You know, it's funny that it's rare that I even see hello from someplace here in the U.S.
I know we got a couple Daves
I
coming in from Minnesota, but that's about it.
apparently that's where all the Daves are.
All right, real quick, we got UK, Croatia, Morocco, Finland, Algeria, Belgium, France, Philippines, Russian, Denmark, Poland, and Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, there's Washington. How are you guys doing? Welcome back. I really hope that this Friday finds you all well and healthy and happy and SketchUp-y and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it's going good. I'm Aaron, in case we haven't met. It's good to meet you. With me
Hi,
on
Aaron.
the sound is Jody, making sounds.
I like to think that I'm more than just sounds.
You're something special. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing good because it's a weird time. Today I definitely woke up thinking, all right, I'm good. I'm ready to go back. I've been rolling with it pretty well, I think. I've been getting up, working, spend time with the family, doing my best, to kind of keep it all together and stay in a good spot. But today, I kind of felt like I was kind of over this whole stay-at-home quarantine thing. So hopefully this will help. Hopefully hanging out with you guys will be the little piece I need to keep going, and you guys can keep me moving forward. All right.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. So today we're going to get columnar. Whoops. Just unplug something. Hold on. Come on. I just unplugged my HDMI cord for half a second there. So everybody at home's not seeing stuff. So let's redo that. Let's unplug, replug. There we go. And I think we're back. That was fun. Get those technical difficulties out of the way right at the beginning. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, because this is going to be columns and various lorem ipsum columns, so it's going to be tricky anyway.
Lorem, is that still the term that you are applying as lorem ipsum columns? Because it's Greeky sounding?
That's the best I can remember. Those
Okay.
words I remember.
All right, so I did, as usual, start a topic over in our forum. If you're not already there, check out forums.sketchup.com. I have some reference images that I'll be using. Not that this is necessarily a follow along thing. This is more of a sit back, relax, ask questions if you have it. Help me out when I do something wrong. That'll happen plenty of times. And this is just gonna be a good time. This is gonna be fun. So I did start out with this image I got off the internet, which was just a bunch of column types, more than I would ever plan on doing during live streams. I mean, you can just see there's a ton of stuff here, but cool reference. And Nathaniel Wilkerson of Medique, I'm not sure if Nathaniel's on here. If so, hey, that was my official shout out. Pointed me on to this, theclassicalorders.com, And on here, they actually have these images of detailed ratios of proportion for the different pieces of the column, which is really cool because I knew that was a big piece of this. Was there's very specific just ratios with how everything is put together. So it's the columns themselves are visually satisfying because they satisfy proportion and that sort of thing. I didn't know what they were off the top of my head. I was actually going to start this asking if anybody had them, but Nathaniel took care of us, hooked us up right off the bat. So,
and he did confirm he's there.
Oh, all right.
He said hi. I know I didn't say hi. He just confirmed he's there.
Perfect. Yeah, so we're going to hop into this. Like I said, when I started this, originally this came from requests. We've had this requests numerous times over the years. I guess year plus. So we've only been doing this for a year and a half, something like that. We're coming up on 2 years, but yeah, about a year, a little over a year. We've had this request several times. That's the important part. And I wanted to do some columns. I wasn't sure what. I like this because this actually had the proportions for a couple different column types. And I liked that we could start with something a little simpler, and we'll work our way up to the more complex. And we'll build them so that they're proportionally correct, which I really like that part. So I downloaded and then uploaded 3 images. One is a Tuscan column. Then we have a Doric column and an Ionic column, which is funny because for some reason, and this is, maybe I'm admitting too much. We're going to start with the Tuscan order. We're going to start with this Tuscan column. Every time I see Tuscan, my brain, for whatever reason, thinks Tucson, which is in Arizona.
I just think of sand people.
Well, and then but when I thought of Tucson, I was like, does that mean like Adobe style? Like, what's a Tucson column? And then read it again and realized it was Tuscany, Italian. You know, we're in the same realm. So I did feel the need to admit that stupidity. So now that we've done that, let's move on to get this thing in here. All right, so I want to use these proportions. I'm going to ask for there's a lot. So a lot of these proportions are broken up this way, where it references things like your base diameter is like your core value. So right here, diameter is what drives, excuse me, all these other values. So there's fractions based on this measurement right here. So this measurement, we'll come up with a nice round number, so it'll make it simplify the process here. The nice thing is that since everything is going to be proportioned to itself, that means we can rescale the thing afterwards. So we could draw it at 10 feet round and then scale it back to whatever, 2 feet, and the proportions of the column will stay the same. That's the idea. That's the way I see it in my head. We'll see what happens.
My mom always said it's the thought that counts. So
yeah, and I think it's going to work. We'll see though. All right, so I'm going to set up my workspace. I do have 2 extensions that I know right from the start we're going to use. Those are Curve Maker, that's what it is, and Curve Aloft. So Curve Maker is the tool that I did not have installed on Wednesday that I should have, that simplifies drawing things like spirals and, well, basically a bunch of different kinds of spirals. Curve Aloft is a lofting tool that will take our geometry and actually put smooth curves into that geometry. So let's start with our Tuscan, not Tucson, column. As per usual, I'm going to come in and I'm going to load this up. I'm going to try, my plan is to model everything off of the origin, so the center of the column will be at the origin, and we'll just build everything around that. Since I'm over here on this side of the screen, my plan is to, on that side of the screen, right underneath my menu, or my tab bar right here, I'm going to drop a fairly good size image to reference. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to come up here to my styles. I'm going to click Edit, go to my watermark, my 4th button there, and I'm going to add my Tuscan.png. All right.
Don't you mean Tucson?
I've already tripped over it.
I'm just here to help you trip again.
Lower right corner. Let's get it big enough so I can see some of those dimensions. All right, I'll close that up. I think I could see most of that. Maybe I'll have it big on my other screen at the same time. So kind of referencing what's here, but not only. Anyhow, all right, there we go. So that's what we're going to work with. I'm going to start by removing Laura. All right, so my thought here.
Aaron, when you unplugged your HDMI, you took away my ability to see what you're doing, man.
Oh no! Hold up 1 second, everybody. We're gonna have some. I gotta get Jody seeing what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna tune you all out for just half a second. Are we back? Wait for it. Wait for it.
Boom.
There we go.
There it is. I see it.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Let's do this now for real. Here we go.
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah. So I was reading comments there for a second. So there is, well, I'll get to that in a sec. All right, so first thing we need to do is decide on a diameter. Like I said, I want to come up with a nice even dimension. So I was thinking just a 10-foot diameter at the base. So I'm going to come in here with a circle. I'm going to make it a 48-side circle. That's the other thing is I don't want these to be terribly heavy columns. I want them to be fairly usable but still look pretty good. So that feels like a fairly good compromise. I'm not going to go to 96 or 100 and something. So 48 sounds good, especially for how big this will be, which should be 10 foot. Whoops, I'm sorry. 5-foot radius gives me a 10-foot circle. And that gives us this right here. It's the base right here. Now, if we look in here, so this spot right here is basically right here at this cross, where these two lines cross. So this is the center. Now from here, we have, let's see, the first detail we got is it looks like it comes out a little bit and then drops down. So we have some proportions here. Right here, I have the base, which is, like I said, the start of that column going up is 1/2 the diameter. So I have a 5-foot section that is the base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over on this red line and I'm going to drop a line. Whoops, I had it and then I moved my mouse. I'm going to drop a line right here and then drop it straight. I don't think I got that right. All right.
So John McSee had a good question is why not do a 12-foot diameter since most of the ratios are sixths?
That sounds great. Let's do that. See how hard that was to, well, if John says so, 6 foot, there we go. So now I'm at 12. You just have to remind me my diameter is actually that much.
That's what Nathaniel used as well.
Oh, hey. Well, if those two guys did it, then I know I'm doing it right.
Yeah, no, you're in the company of greatness. I mean, besides me in this case.
Yeah, well, that's usually how I judge myself. All right, so this is basically what we're looking at right there, right? So we got, here's our 12 foot, that's this, and then I have this line right here. So this line is chopped into two things. So right here, we have it broken into two pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come right here and draw a line over. That gives me this, right? So I have my dimension line for this portion of the column. Then I have this other half, this piece is broken into 6. See that? So 1/2 is broken and then that's broken into 6 pieces. So I'm going to right click here and I'm going to divide and I'm going to divide that into 6 pieces. And it divides to 6, but really this is the only dimension I'm concerned with. Now, couldn't I have done all of that using math? Yes, is the answer to that question. But I feel it is my obligation to, whenever possible, show you how to get away without using math. Speaking of which, watch this. I'm going to drop a line straight down here. So that's coming just straight down. That's right here. So here, this is 8, the whole width of this bottom section is 8/6. So that means if I take this line, which is half of the width, and if I was to come in and say divide, and then I'll divide that into 3 pieces, I could take just this piece and move it right here. That point right there is now the width of half of my base, and this point is the top of my base. So that is half of the profile of my base. All right, so I have a question now, because I honestly don't know this. Is this piece, the plinth, is this circular or square? Who knows that?
Waiting, waiting.
That's right, now I gotta wait 10 seconds. Now should be seeing replies.
So while we're stalling there, so remember, like I've watched this awesome video about the golden ratio, and it was talking about how the entire, like how the old Greek, like the Pantheon, was designed to follow that same idea, rectangles that are all sort of work the same way. Do we know if that's the case with these columns?
Yes, there are
the golden ratio.
Ratios that are golden in this.
Plinth is square.
Okay. So I'm just doing this for fun. Ha! Look at that. No math did. Oops. All right. Now we got a square plinth. All right. Now, what do we got next? Up next, if I drop this down to the face, I'm going to bring it over here, and coming up to here is our next piece. This I'm 90% sure is going to be round. So here's what our profile looks like. This piece right here comes over and down. So I have a half circle that ends right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a line right like this and draw a circle right here. This is a smaller circle. I'm going to make this 24 sides. Oops. I'm going to make this 24. I'm going to grab it like this, raise it straight up. And then when I have it in there, I'm going to select it, and I'm going to pull it from the edge up to the edge like that. All right, that gives me
save, I think.
This half circle. That's probably a great idea. Before I do that, I'm just going to draw a line up vertically.
Crash.
Here to here. All right. I'll erase this, 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 and this. And then I'll hit Command S. And we're going to call it columns because duh. Okay. All right, so that gets me close. The last piece is this right here. We have like a little, I'm going to take this piece and rotate it straight up, and then maybe put an arc in like that. Because there's this little round transition right there. So I'm going to take my circle, and I'm actually do this. Since this, it's just, I know exactly what it is. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to say follow me, and click on this piece right here, and we get that. All right, we're looking good. I don't actually, once I get that done, I don't actually need this. That's superfluous. All right, we have the base did. I'm getting some weird shadow. You guys seeing this? I can explain what this is. See these weird shadows that are showing up right here? Whoops. What happened is, for some reason,
I see them.
When I did that, thank you, Jody. I got verbal confirmation. For some reason, it decided to smooth that inside corner, which is odd because it's a very sharp corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this. Actually, I just pick right here. Look at that. it thinks that's all one mesh. So I'm going to triple click, go to soft and smooth, turn that back on, and then it sees, based on my angle of 36 degrees, that it shouldn't soften that, and clearly breaks it. So, all right, now we need to put in this top piece. Well, actually, now we're going to put in what I would consider to be the entire column, is really the next part. All right, so this column, the way they have it shown here, whoops, I don't want to do that. I want this to be smooth. So I'm going to come in here. So my follow me broke my curve. So I'm just going to double click to get the outline and then use weld. And now I can push this up normal. All right, so now I have to put in the height. I don't see, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see anything that says the shaft height is like called out as being specific value based on the diameter. Am I missing that? Because I see right here it says shaft plus dimension is the overall height, which seems weird. The shaft is the length of itself plus something else. But I don't see that we have a specific dimension. So what I'm thinking is, again, in the interest of staying nice dimensions, what do we like do? What if we did 120 feet?
Nathaniel says the layout drawing shows it.
And what does it show, might I ask?
Sorry, I'm playing catch up. Which one are we looking at here?
We're looking at the
Tuscan.
Yeah. Oh, Tuscan layout. Different image in here. Okay, here we go. So 6D is the answer to that question. So 6 times the length. Oh, here. So that means 6 times 12 is 72. No. Yes. Yes, 72. Looks stubby. But here's the thing. This is a thing I learned about columns. And actually somebody called this out in the forum too. I want to give credit to Steve, S.L. Baumgartner, asked about entasis, which is the tapering of the columns. So what the columns do is, and I don't know if this is true for Tuscan, I know this is true on Ionic and Doric, but what they'll do is they will come up the first third of the length, so in this case it would be 48 feet. No, wait, 24. The first sixth, it goes straight, and then the first third, it goes straight, and the last 2/3, it will actually taper. So this last piece, I want to make a separate piece from the base, because the base is going to be straight, and then it's going to start to get smaller. So I'm going to pull it there. I'm going to hit the modifier key, which is Option. That gives me a little plus next to my cursor, and then I'm going to take it up the other 48 feet. Now, up here, this should be, what does that say? 5/6 of the diameter. So that's 10 feet. So I'm going to grab scale, grab it by the side, Option Shift, start to scale it, and then type 5 foot, 10 foot. There we go. And that should give us our scale right there. That will have created a face on the inside. So when I hit the modifier key to add, it creates a new volume, but leaves the top of the previous one, where normal push-pull just pulls it right up. So I do want to make sure that before I go a whole lot further, if I'm trying to keep this solid, I want to select that surface, delete it, and I could actually come in here and grab that geometry and just say, hide. There we go. So now we got our tapering column.
Whenever you see when you actually see these in place, that seam's visible. So you can leave that in there. whenever they carved those out of marble, they actually didn't soften away the lines.
Well, I'm better than them.
Good point. Touche. Good point.
There we go. All right, so that puts us right here. Okay, so we got some more dimensions. Right, and that's the other thing Nathaniel Wilkerson's pointing out. It's not actually a linear. It actually has a very soft curve. It's very small. So this would actually have a teeny bit, which we could do this, I guess. Oh man. Come down here.
Dang it, shouldn't have hidden that line, huh?
That's right. So I could put an arc on here, stay on the green axes, and come out like, let's see what my smallest dimension gives me.
So the curve actually, Nathaniel points out, should go all the way to the bottom of the column.
Okay, see now that's where Kenneth pointed out, yes, the third, that's what I read, was that the first third is straight and the upper 2/3, that curve, that this line continues into straight for the bottom third. I'm no architect.
Right. Oh,
I'm not an architect.
I'm not going to fight with you.
There we go. So that gives me a little bit of a taper.
It's probably bad. It's about time to save.
I agree. Command S. All right, so that gives us, and the whole idea of this too is just, it was just so it was more visually pleasing. It was a small piece. Yeah, so to the third point. So what I ended up with this is 1/3, so this is 24 feet up, and then the last 48 feet.
I quoted him incorrectly. Or you did?
Yeah, it should match tangent at the cylinder.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all on the same page. Everybody's happy.
Sorry, Nathaniel. I'll be better.
You can do better. All right. Now we get to the good stuff. Now this, what I'm thinking here is to keep this simple. Let's do this. Let's go find, keep losing my middle point. Let's create a single surface here, and on it we will draw this profile, or this profile, and that piece will just do a follow me around. So all of this will be created as one section. I really feel like I should have kind of blown this up bigger. Okay, but this piece, the capital, as it is known, I said it like I'm smart, but I just read it off of the image, so is measured is measured as being 1/2 the diameter. So that's going to be 6 feet. So I'm going to go 6 feet up, and I'm going to put that across like that. So that's the capital. That length, you can see there, is broken into thirds. So I'm going to grab this piece right here, and I'm going to divide to thirds. And again, this is just how I do it. What you could also do this. I could come up here and go like this to get reference lines in there. That would work. I just, out of habit, you guys know where I came from. My background, I just didn't use reference lines very often. But they work. They're good stuff. Then this piece, coming top down, this piece right here is then broken into 4 pieces. So I could say, grabbing this line, I could divide it into 4 segments. Why does it look like it's thirds? No, it's 4. And then again, I can say, oops, missed my snap point. There we go. So I could do that. And then, let's see, the overall width is 7/6. Okay, so that means if I took if I took a 12-foot line, I took that 12-foot line and divided it. I know, but I'm refusing math. I refuse you. If I did that, if I broke it into 6 pieces, I could take that one piece, copy it over here, move that, all of those then, from the middle of the centerpiece to right here, which will give me a breakpoint right here. That's the width of the thing I'm working on, the top width. And that actually gives me this piece right here. So that is this piece. Then it looks like I have a curve for 1/4, and then it goes straight down. So I'm just going to grab a circle, drag it straight up, and then drag that line down. And then I'm going to, just to keep closed geometry, I'm going to delete that. All right, so that is this top piece right there. Moving on down, this just looks like somebody's cheating because it looks like I have a step here that's undocumented. Looks like this step's just slightly. And then this next piece.
Well, it's just because everybody knows that one.
Oh, sorry, because I'm dumb. I gotcha. Well, if you weren't so stupid, you would know the answer.
It's obvious.
All right, so I'm just going to delete my reference as I move along. So this next third is actually divided into 6 pieces. So I'm going to grab this, divide, and go to 6. And again, I don't actually need all this geometry. It looks like the ones all I really need is the bottom one. So I don't have to pull a bunch of dimension or a bunch of lines off here. I can actually just go up 1. This is really the only one I'm concerned with. And it looks like Nathaniel's saying he ignored that little step. I think I will too. So I'm going to go I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to drag a circle straight down.
If Nathaniel jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you do that too?
Well, did he end up with a sweet looking column at the end?
I'm sorry, I'm just playing the part of your mother in this scenario.
That's okay. I'm going to trace that straight down and over. And with that, we have the second piece. That's this. Last third, we have something that, you know, for the precision drawing that this made me think it was, we're definitely glossing over some information here. All right, so right here I have 1/16 diameter. So again, were I to refute the usage of actual math, I could type 12 foot. I could take this, divide it into, oh, so many pieces, 16. Then that is the dimension that this gets set in. So I could take that, put it right here, and now I know that this is what I actually am aiming to create right here. And it looks like it's just got a little tiny, I'm assuming that this arc is unimportant, maybe? I won't say any part of it's not important, but they did not see fit to add it to anything, so.
While we're here, Nathaniel said remember that the abacus is square, not round. And John McSee thinks your diameter is too small, possibly.
This here?
Maybe.
Hold on, I gotta go see
right
which
before.
piece is the abacus.
It says it on the right-hand side.
Oh, right.
So it's... And then the other question is, are the squares in the dotted lines not helpful over there on the left side?
Yeah, at this point, I don't need this stuff anymore. This, though, is incorrect. This measurement was how far it came out over here. So that's actually taking this piece. Let's stick it over here real quick. Because I have this little thing that tapers right there and drops down, but I don't actually have that dimension. So I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to use this same value right here, unless anybody wants to correct me. Rotate this way, and I'm going to grab it again.
Oh, Andy was talking about the diagonal lines on the right side. Do those help you close out your angles?
I think it's just showing that I'm at 90 degrees. I think, or that it's at 45. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, oh yeah. So yeah, it does. Because that's saying here to here is a 45. Here to here is a 45. Here to here is a 45. So I've been drawing 45-degree angles the whole time. Yes, I mean that's a good catch. All right, so now,
and John McSee said that the top diameter is 7.6 below, or the 7.6 is below the top arc, but you drew it above. And that's why it's not lining up.
Oh, that's this right here. I did it to here. You're right. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. Just relax. Just relax.
Calm down. Easy does it.
Fortunately, it's easy enough to, I didn't really, I don't want to distort anything, so I'm just going to grab all of it. Oops. And then I can move it, move this point straight out to here. All right.
If you think wood is unforgiving based on our last Friday project.
Oh, look at that.
Doing this in marble would be a beast.
That would be rough.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right. And now, I'm just going to sit here and look at this for a second. All right, that's enough.
Nathaniel thinks the whole thing needs to be shifted to the left.
Like that? That probably wasn't what you were saying. Is that what I just did?
He says, I think that's what you just did.
Yeah.
He said, now you've got it.
Okay, good. All right, so I have one more little thing here. Whoops, I got rid of that a little too early. I do want to keep this line because this is how far this next piece comes out. And that is so small. 1/16 of the diameter, which I actually have, that is this dimension right here. Just going to take that, rotate that down. Okay, so that, and so it's divided into thirds. The top 2/3 is an out part. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Actually, I'm going to put another line out here for reference. I'm going to take this line and divide it into thirds because this goes back. I am going to draw this on the curve. And then I have an arc. That arc comes straight out to this length, and that point drops straight down. All right. And now, as I'm reading it, Oh, and then it has a little, I'm sorry, and then if I continue along this line, it does have a little, here, I should do this. Take this, rotate that, a copy of that to flat, and then draw an arc, go halfway. There we go. So I'll put an arc right there. Okay, so now if I take this shape, follow me once here, follow me again here. Oops. Grab all that, soften it. All right. We got all the pieces. We did skip that little thing there. I don't know if that's real or not. Even on the reference image, it's really hard to see. But the rest of it, that's that. Our base, same thing. Yup. All right. So that would be the base, the column. The rest of this other piece right here is actually the beam on the top. So I'm going to go this far with this one. We could always come back to that rest of that, but the name of the stream's columns, all right. We're not getting into the other structural members. Make that a component. I'm going to call it a Tucson column. Awesome. Oh, I'm going to do one more thing though. I'm going to
abacus is square. You making your abacus round?
I still don't know what that means.
Echinus is round. I'm not sure which part is an abacus and which part is the... It's also time to save. Also, Sebastian thinks you should make it dynamic.
Well, got a lot of cooks in this kitchen, don't we? All right. So there's my
something that talks about the parts here, so I can at least say what the abacus is.
Top 1/3 of the capital is the abacus. Right. The abacus is square. Is that what I'm saying? We're hearing this is square.
It's in the drawing on the right side.
Oh,
let me go back to the original drawing.
So this is the abacus, is this chunk right here. That is square? That could be the reason for that break right there. Okie dokie, let's do that.
He said yes, but he said that quicker than you saying this part. So I don't know I'm not sure which part he's seeing and which part you're pointing at when he sees it.
Okay, that's right. There's sometimes I get talking too quick, and I gotta stop that.
Nathaniel said exactly. So yeah, I think now we're all on the same page.
I don't know how
Andy said they're not. Andy said they're not cooking; they're throwing food at the chef. I think that's fair. Food fight.
Thanks. Okay, we can do this. No problem. All of this, everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is, so this is the break, right? This line right here is this transition. So that goes to square. It's like I said, really, it's not a big deal. What we'll do is I'm going to turn on X-ray, and I'm going to start by finding my red axis line, which I believe is this one. Come across the red axis till I hit that center line. And now I'm going to go vertically down to that break and then straight on over. And doing that gave me a surface. See that? So that's really the piece I need. The rest of it, everything else up here, I don't really need. I do want to save from here down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these lines that are all hidden right now. And I'm going to go to Entity Info. And I'm going to turn off Soften, turn off Smooth. and that's going to give me a hard line there. What that means I can do is I can go grab this surface right here, delete it, this surface right here, delete it, and this surface right here, delete it. I'm not double clicking on anything because double click will grab all the connected geometry, and I'm scared of losing my reference geometry for the plane I have. I know, I'm operating out of fear, and I shouldn't be. That's what the bad guys want.
You put a lot of work into creating that thing.
That's right.
And I think there's even some math involved, so...
I almost mathed a couple times. All right.
You should save it.
I did.
Speaking of fear.
All right, I'm going to take this piece straight up. I'm going to option rotate it 90 degrees. And now I'm going to grab a rectangle. I'm going to hit my modifier key to draw a rectangle from the center. I'm going to hit the up key to draw it from the top. And I'm going to draw a square. And I actually,
you'll be happy
this
to
is
see
still
that.
highlighted. I can just hit delete. Whoops. No, see, that was what I was afraid of before. Ugh. All right, there we go. Now we got rid of it. Now I can just grab this piece, follow me with this piece, and there we go. We have our square abacus.
Abacus, yes. Agradoville had a great idea, which of all the people that this would be a great idea for, it would be you. He said, I almost mathed sounds like a t-shirt. It could be your first t-shirt that you make, Aaron.
I like that.
Didn't you say you just bought silkscreen stuff recently?
I do. I'm looking at it from right here.
Over there in the cold corner of the garage.
That's right. All right. We got one. We're down. One down, 2 to go. I don't want to say anything stupid like, I think it's going to get easier from here on out. I don't want to say that. Someone else could say that.
It's going to get easier from here on out.
Hey, thanks, Jody.
You're going to sound stupid.
Okay. Well, some things I take for granted.
Fam civil engineer wants grooves, but I think that's the next one, right?
That's right. We don't do that in Tucson.
Doric and Ionic have flutes, right?
Right. We're drawing Tusk in here. We don't do that thing. All right.
Yeah.
So as we migrate,
they travel in single file.
That's right. As we migrate from one column type to the next, I did this once. I don't feel the urge or the need to do all of that again if I don't need to. So I'm going to just put that right there and then come over and make this unique and change it from Tuscan column to our Doric column. Tucson and Dorothy. That's what I got.
So are these three orders, are these different regions, or
I think they're time. I think they're, this is age, but I'm not, I won't, fight over that.
Okay. Let me look and see.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not supposed to know those things. I'm the drawing guy. Okay.
Oh, there's 5 orders. You only picked 3 of them.
I did. Because I looked at the amount of time. Well, look at that. Pixie dust. With the amount of time we have for this, I figured those 3 would be about a couple hours of drawing. So I only grabbed 3.
Okay, fine. Mike Penny said they are different dates, so I'm going to stop looking.
Okay. Awesome.
And Brian wants to know if you would check for solid.
Oh, no problem. Check it. Dang it. Stupid smugness. Yeah, no problem.
Bob on YouTube. Okay, so there's going to be a whole argument about this. Tuscan order is a Roman adaptation of the Doric. Tuscan is the Roman adaptation of the Doric. So basically, everybody's copying the Doric.
So Doric came first? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Alrighty. Cool. All right.
I
So,
know, now I got to go Google all this stuff.
I'm sorry.
Damn
I'm
it.
sorry about that. It's just, all right. So if we look at some of this, so the base is different. It's a different, the dimensions are different. Here we had, I think this was 3/4. No, this was 1/6, 5/6 for this. And see on the Doric, it's actually 2/3, and then there's 2 steps for the other third. Let's see the top. Let's compare the tops. So the top, we had, this was 3. This collar's the same. Third, third, third. Well, that's cool, because it looks like the top, the abacus has some slightly different dimensions and some different curves. But this is the same. That's a third. Nope, it's got a little jump there too. So very little of this is actually exactly the same. Some of it is. This piece is the same. All right. Good news is redrawing makes the world go round. Something like that.
Or at least makes the column go round.
That's right. All right, so that means there's really not much that's worth saving on the bottom here. So I'm going to grab, well, I'm not going to try to fuse together geometry either. I'm just going to start from scratch, I think. I'm just going to grab that, delete it. Including, here's the thing, our circle our circle, I'm not going to make 48. The reason is right here. See this? We have our fluting on there, and what ends up happening is this is actually, it says there's 20 channels. So if I did 48 sides, it's going to end up at odds with the channels I put in there. So I'm thinking what I'll do instead is I'll actually make it 40, make it 40 sides, and then there'll be 1 channel cut out every 2 pieces. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go start with a new circle, start right here. I'm going to put 40 sides, and I'm going to pull that along either axis, red or green, to the edge. All right, so that is my 40-sided circle. Now, let's carry on. Let's get this thing put in. Let's get our base back on here. All right, so our base is going to be, again, if we're sticking with a 12-foot wide circle, this is already 3 foot, so I need to go up another 3 foot. All right, and this will be this cap section right here. All right, so of this half, we're going to divide into thirds. And this bottom third is made up completely, arc, by 1 arc. Grab that, slide that right against the edge. That's piece number 1. Now, this piece right here, oops, sorry, I was behind my own head. This piece gets divided. I don't have a line selected, I have a face. Divide that into 2 pieces. All right, same thing, I have another arc, so I'm just going to drop an arc right here, half circle, and then I'm going to take that circle, see that joins up right at the top of this one, so I can grab it right by the bottom point, slide it over to right there. That gives me that. And that last piece just goes straight up like that. And that is my base. So that was quick, that was easy, that was no problem. I'll go ahead and select my big circle, follow me with this piece, and there we go. And then I'll just get rid of these 3 pieces. Again, it did the same thing where it softened at the bottom. That's odd. I'm not sure why it did that, but again, we can just toggle that real quick. Not a big deal. I'm guessing it also broke that circle, so I'm going to select that circle and weld it. All right, so I'm back to being a circle there. All right, it's showing me.
Nathaniel said you forgot your radius into the column.
Oh, I haven't forgotten. I just haven't got there yet. I'm at this line right here. That's my next step right here. So that is the same. It looks like it's the same dimension here. So this line drops the same. So it's the same arc as the one I had right here. So what I can do is I can go like this. And then that will be, the full height was, half was 6. So if I go up 1 foot, then I can just go right here.
Nathaniel says same diameter. I'm just repeating what he said. I wasn't paying attention.
That's this. We're good. We're super. All right. Now I'm going to have to do things a little differently than what I did before. Because wait, is this? Yeah, okay. So this right here is half my diameter. Can I use the same height? Are we good on height? Is everybody happy with the way we did our heights?
Maybe.
This was my height.
So what I was reading over here, the Doric is 7 times taller than it is wide, and the Ionic. Wait, do we do the Ionic? No, we did the Tuscan. Dang it. I don't think they're the same height, though.
Okay. 7D. Okay. We're what, 60 right now? So that means we can take this whole thing and push it up 12 feet?
1D.
A D. Okay, now here's the thing. Here's the thing.
What's the thing? Let's hear it.
Here's the thing. I'm going to come up, I got to take this, and I'm going to divide it into 3 pieces. Because this right here is where it stops going straight and it starts tapering. So when I come in here, really, I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw a line over here, just as reference, so I have that line in case I need it. Because I can take this right here, follow me, flip that around there. Ooh, looks good. Do the same thing here. Grab this, follow me, draw that around. Oops. Let's weld again. There we go. Follow me, flip that around. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now what we got to do is I'm looking on this image for a clear idea of how deep that arc is for our fluting. Where am I hidden? So this line is how wide our flute is. I don't see, am I missing this? Does anybody else see that? Does it show a radius of this thing right here? Because it looks like it's deeper than the circle itself. This is not symmetrical. Is this a dealer's choice scenario?
Looking. I'm having a heck of a time following you, though. You keep cutting out for me.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't...
I'm not seeing anything that defines the... I mean, it sort of does. That little thing by your cursor there. What's that all about?
I don't understand what that's supposed to be.
Because I don't think it's the same radius.
I think it's supposed to be telling me something. I just don't know what that is.
The arc radius is equal to the chord length. Where's the chord defined?
I got lots of chords in here.
The dash.
I call them ropes, though.
Oh, okay. Let's
Power
find
chords,
one that looks like. All right. Well, this is spelled with an H, so it is a handful of notes, all sung at the same time.
All right. So I see this triangle in the middle of the drawing.
So that's not a triangle, though. Is that the triangle he's talking about?
Okay. Yeah, so I see this. I just don't know what that's supposed to be telling me.
I'm trying to figure out what that line is measuring off of.
So we have this, right, which is the horizontal profile. Yeah. So that cuts in something, but I don't quite get what that has to do with this. Like what, I could draw those lines. I don't know what that would help show me. Yeah, so I see that.
I don't see, like, how far out from the diameter of the circle you're supposed to bring it out.
Whoa, somebody yelled at me in Spanish.
Yeah, but Sebastian has, well, maybe has a good idea if it works.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, wait. Mark on Facebook said, a chord of a circle is a straight line segment whose endpoints both lie on the circle. Okay,
so like this line right here.
A second line, or just a second, S-E-C-A-N-T, I don't remember what that word means, is the infinite line extension of a chord. A chord is a line segment joining 2 points on any curve. Ew. That's academically, that's great, but it's not helping me solve this problem.
Here's the thing, right? So if I did this, that means if I came in here and I took this line and rotated it 60 degrees and took this line and rotated it 60 degrees, that gives me
the chord length is equal. The chord length is equal to the radius
of this,
of the column. I think.
Are you saying that?
Oh yeah. No, I think you're right.
You guys, I learn something new from you guys every day. Awesome. That's truly awesome. I do think that's awesome. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, though. Take this.
Nathaniel has blessed your solution.
Nice.
Which you just erased.
Okay, so I'm going to draw this. Because this is actually what I want. I need to have...
Wait, isn't that the Deathly Hallows?
Is that? I don't know. I'm not much of a potterer, so...
Ugh, dang it.
I know. I'm sorry. Because one of the things I want to do is I want to have these circles that cut out at the bottom. So I do have to get those. I'm gonna take solids and start chopping solids out of non-solids. That's what's gonna happen, or solids out of solids. So if I take these two pieces, say follow me with this, let's try that again.
Thank you, Don. Somebody had to get it for me.
Some got your reference?
Yeah. Oh, that didn't. Wait. Is that what you want?
I'm just trying to get
Oh, okay.
my my geometry for my half circle. Okay. Whoops. All right, start over. Rotate that straight up. That's odd. It's like a spear in a little holder. This hangs from the wall and holds my tennis balls.
New shape. I want to do yeah, I want a new video, or a new
that was
skill
cool.
builder on making that thing.
Yeah. Whoa. There we go. It's like a wow. That's really cool. I don't know how I'm doing this. I'm that good. All right. I suspect. Wait. What do we got here? How big is this? This is over a foot. Obviously I did something not cool with my lines here.
You did a really good job doing something not cool.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Steve said it could have been the fender on the Cobra. Or it could be a Star Trek ship.
Would have been the best part of that model. That's what I'll tell you. All right, let's try this again. So I had some broken geometry. I don't know if that was what was causing it. Let's try this all over again. There we go. Let's go from the center here. So I was off. What is... Okay.
This is exciting.
No, this is not cool. All right. I got there's some geometry somewhere that's messing with my whole, what was that it? No, okay. Let's grab this. Follow me.
You have like is your center point off on some of these?
I guess. Holy crap, I don't. All right, let's start just a single line. I'm gonna draw a circle. From this line out, no.
Yeah, you probably should save soon. It's the 20 sides. That's what Christopher Ryan thinks. It should work for everything, though.
Yeah, it should. I don't know why.
There we go.
I had some bad geometry. That's, again, this is where you're all supposed to tell me.
Wonky bit.
Huh? That's just how it's drawing it.
Oh,
it's just.
Okay, it's just rendering funky.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to take this. All right, and I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to use push line to grab that and drag it straight down. And I'm leaving it inside out like this. This is actually how I do want it. And now I'm going to set up my tops and bottoms. So this piece right here should, this is going to get a little weird because it intersects right at the bottom of this. So I'm going to say that this part right here vertically goes to right about here. I'll grab this piece, and I'll make adjustments to this in once we get this in the exact spot. All right. Now, this line right here represents where that geometry is going to intersect my column. Right there. So I'm going to grab all this, make it a group. And I'm going to see, I may have left this lined up. Let's see if I grab this right by this point and slide it directly along the red axes. Do I hit a construction line or a line? Looks like I do. So hey, that's perfect. Oops.
Should you make that a component first so you can chop with it?
I made it a group because sorry, can't talk, doing things. So this piece, oh, it's pretty close. So that intersection should go straight down to that point right there, because that will give me this. That little start of the cut is right at the top of that arc. I don't have that geometry up top yet. Actually, looks like it doesn't really care. I got an undocumented space there. So I'm going to take all of that, soften this, and then these are 18 degrees apart. Oh yeah, total 20. Yeah, so I'm going to take this piece right here, come up here to my center point, and actually I can just go grab one option, move it over 2, and I can say do that 19x. Looks like
the fuel cell for the space shuttle.
Oh, I was going to say it looked like airbags. Oops.
Why would a column need airbags? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, now is the time to question logic.
My bad. Stitch.
I got to do a little stitching. Everything else, do whatever. I deleted that when I was.
As they say,
delete
holes
that
in your
line.
geometry get stitches.
That's right.
They're sort of like snitches, I guess. Hey, we're back to Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of Step Brothers. That little girl yells at him.
Also Harry Potter related.
Oh, snitches. All right. Now, there's a couple ways I could go now. I could grab all of these groups. I could try making them a single unioned solid and subtract that from the column. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? He says, tempting
Nathaniel
fate.
Nathaniel said he doesn't see the taper of the column.
That's intentional.
Did you taper that column?
It doesn't exist yet. Because let me tell you why. In a second. Hold on, let me get my solid tools turned on. I'm going to go ahead and hit Union.
Yeah, before you do this operation, you should go ahead and save. Good call, Andy. Oh, it's just reverse faces.
Yeah, that's okay. I want it inside out. Will it not let me do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working out. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this beforehand is if I tapered
Did you save?
it. I did. I tapered it just before, or I saved just before I brought up solid tools. If I tapered it first, then I would have to actually bend and taper each of these pieces also. My thinking, it's going to be a lot easier to, I may cheat and just have a straight taper, but I'll taper it afterwards because those flutes have to get smaller towards the top as well. If I had done it before, then those flutes either wouldn't have bit in quite as far because they'd be going straight while the column tapered away, or I'd have to take these flute cutout pieces, bring them over like this, and then they would be the wrong size because they would have to get smaller too. And that just sounds like math and geometry to an unreasonable extent. But that was why I did. Right. So when I created the column there, This does look like a sci-fi model right now and not classical architecture, if you notice that. When
Well, if you go far enough into the past, this was sci-fi.
That's true. I guess science fiction's all relative to what's going on right now. You know, slight
It's
tangent.
all in a timeline.
Slight tangent, but because we always end up sooner or later talking about what we should all be doing to entertain ourselves. We have Disney Plus because, you know, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Simpsons. It's all there. It's really all you need. And there's a playlist on Disney Plus that is The Simpsons Predict the Future, which is about a dozen Simpsons episodes where they went in and talked about something that was going to happen in the future, and then they were right. So I thought that was kind of cool. I haven't watched every episode, but it's been kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check it out.
All right. So there we go.
Nathaniel said this is what stumped him, and he threw in the towel and decided to simulate the fluting with the texture instead.
Oh, cheater.
Which is, I think, actually what the Greeks originally did. It was all about textures.
Right. Here, just make it a little grayer. Put stripes on there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, take this. Actually, I was thinking intersects, is why I left it inside out. But if nothing else, it works for contrast. I guess I could do that right. All right. So I'm going to take this. And I'm going to say...
Might save it again.
Subtract. I just did. Oh, it's saying this is not solid. Oh.
Okay. What?
Oh, because I didn't have this as a separate component. Make group.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now I take this, subtract that from this. And it's going to take a few seconds because that's a lot of geometry to carve out. But that'll go in and put all those pieces all the way around. And the nice thing is, because I planned ahead with my 40 sides, my seams from my original column should actually line up right with my new grooves from my fluting. Ooh, YouTube asked if this was a churro.
Yeah, no, I've got the munchies.
Sorry, what? I was thinking about churros.
Pardon me?
Yeah. All right. And there we go. So,
Ooh, look at that.
I'm going to explode this
back out. You
know
what make it really sexy?
Little taper?
Is that taper.
Okay, so it didn't...
Not the kind that rips your arm off.
It did not maintain my, my break. That's interesting. Well, I guess there's no geometry left there to break, because all of my break, I had a third of the way up, I had a break like this, but as this came around and cut it, that went inside of the break. So yeah, there's actually no geometry there to hold on to for that break. So that makes sense. I actually get that. All right, so but we can do this. It's not a big deal. If I go grab this line, go here, I'm gonna come straight up to here. And I'm gonna say divide into 3. And then from this point right here, I'm just going to go click, 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 and then 2 more clicks. That's giving me a surface there. And now I could say, grab this geometry right here and this piece right here, intersect faces with selection. That'll break it. And now what I can do is I can grab this right here. Actually, I'm going to grab this. No, I'm going to have to use Fredo scale for this. if I go to I'm going to have to use box scaling, I think.
So does this still have the slight bulge, the slight arc, like the
No,
the Doric did? Or
no, it won't.
Oh, that didn't look good.
I'm doing what I can.
Is it supposed to?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
All right, box tapering. That's what I was looking for. All right, so I'm going to grab this, scale about the middle, hold down. So I want to go to, what is 5/6?
Andy called you out on trying to zoom in on the toolbar.
Oh, was I? What's 5 divided by 6?
Toolbar's tiny.
Who's got that?
5 feet. 5, 6 of 12 is 10.
5 divided by 6 is 10?
Technically, yeah. It's the same thing as 5/6.
I don't think I can do that with Fredo scale. I think it requires me to put in a scale factor.
0.833 with a little line over the last 3.
A couple
Otherwise,
extras
it'll
for fun.
go on forever.
Let's see. If I check this dimension, 12 feet. That didn't work at all. It did nothing. Try again. Come on, man. All right. So if I go, let's try that one more time.
Are you even trying?
I don't know what I'm doing. 0.8333. It is not doing that.
Puppy, come here.
That was what I sound like on the inside right now. All right, let's try that again. With the geometry properly grouped. 0.8333. That looks like it worked. Like a champ. All right, explode that. And then wait, what? Okay, so now I gotta have a face on the inside I gotta get rid of. And then I can grab all that. Soften it back up. Ooh, too much. Don't over soften that. There we go. All right, so there we go. We do have our taper. It's just not round. We do that, but we'd spend a lot of time on that, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend time on that. All right, so that brings us up to here. Now, what we got next, so wait, let me check some measurement real quick. 10 foot. So I'm going to go to the middle here. I'm going to, again, I'm just going to get, this is just a construction plane really, something to draw on. This point right here is right here. So the capital, why are you throwing new terms at me now? Oh, this is the capital, is half the diameter. I want to look for the measurement of the capital so I could measure the capital. All right, so our diameter was 12, so that's 6 foot. All right, that is the top of the capital. Self-referencing dimensions. All right. This right here, nope. It's going to divide into 3. And here's our abacus, which we all know is square, of course.
Yeah.
Start stacking my toolbars.
I know anything. I know that.
Yeah, that's grade school. You learned that in grade I or grade II. All right.
Lawrence pointed out you probably should be wearing a toga for this today.
I am. It's under my t-shirt.
I'm curious. It's on your lower half.
I'm togaed from the waist down. All right, so again, I'm going to come over here and draw my 12-foot. It's off in distance, isn't it? All right. Divide that into 6. Grab one of those segments. Move it right here.
So you're missing the astragal. I'm curious what an astragal. It sounds like a superhero name.
Ooh, yeah,
sort
like
of
some kind of woman in space.
Marvel girl. Yeah.
Astragal. Yeah, I did do that. I did that last time also. I came up here because my dimensions come off of this and drop down. So I'll do the same thing. I'll put it down on top of it afterwards. All right, so this is a little funny because, so this is my dimension. This is my abacus. But the abacus, for whatever reason, this, I'm just kind of trying to figure out this dimensions here. If I divide this line into 3, this is the cap. So there's like a cap that goes right here. And the rest of that goes straight down. So that's this. And then I have like all this more detail that comes out here that they don't really give you a whole lot of information about. So it looks like everything's based off of a square. So this line divides into thirds again. This piece right here comes out some amount. And then right here we have, see a little square right there? That means I can just click right here and drag down a square like that. I guess this is arbitrary. So I'm going to say, what's this? I'm going to say it's half this. So I'm going to grab that, rotate it this way, and then at the midway point, I'm going to pull it up. That's my canon of proportions. Half of something.
Half of something.
But then what we got is like, I don't know. I can't, it's really hard to even see what is in there. It kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe at the third points. I'm feeling the thirds here, so I'm going to go to my third points. I'm going to draw a circle from here to my third point. And I'm going to say that's exactly what the Greeks wanted to see. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah. That's totally
so I went over to look to see how they... Yeah.
Abacus.
I went and looked on the Google to see how they did all the layout for this.
Mm-hmm.
They basically just created a template. And then it was just, they always kept the template. So one guy figured it out, and then everybody else just learned how to use a template.
That's perfect. So I'll post these to Warehouse and be the new Greek template guy. That was his name.
We'll call you Ironicus.
I like it. I will take it. I will gladly accept that title. All right, right here we have a quarter circle going this way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab this line, option rotate up here, and then just draw a circle from that end point over, and then get rid of this. But there's, of course, many more ways to do a lot of these details I'm drawing, but so these are just what's coming to my head as I do this. I'm going to divide this line into 3. Also, the top 2/3 of that is a half a circle. So I'll come in here, draw an arc straight down, get my half circle going this way, and then I'll grab it by the top point, slide it out to here. And I got that, and then from there, wherever that point is, boom, drag that straight down. All right, we're getting her. Then this last third, I want to keep this separate. Abacus, of course, that's the square piece, of course, so I don't want that part of the same thing. This has a little bit of a curve going here, which looks like, did I do my dimensions wrong again? I'll ask that before I...
Probably. I mean,
Thanks,
that's just me trying to help out.
Okay, good. 7 feet, so that looks right. That's to here. That drops down.
That kind of looks bigger.
Rightish. Well, let me throw the curve in real quick, and then you can judge me.
Yay! I've been waiting for this moment.
All your life? Oh Lord?
No, just well, since I've met you.
I thought maybe we're getting Genesis-y.
What'd you call me?
Phil Collins? All right. Hold on. Before I do that, I want to get this in here. Because this, I believe, comes out to the same distance as this. And then 1/16 of the diameter. So if I draw this line straight down, 12 foot. Yes. And then divide that by 16. Ooh, that's tight. That's a close one.
Someone applauded your Genesis reference. And then Christopher Ryan said, or in this case, Phil Collins.
Oh,
yep. I got to give him credit for that one.
All credit where credit's due.
Yeah, you should probably leave at this point, Christopher. I mean, you're
go
not
down a high note.
That.
You got nowhere to go but down now. Okay, well this sucks because in this, I have to have a half circle, then a little step, and then I got another arc coming back to the main column, at which point I still have a gap until I hit. No, actually, that if it's the same, then that hits at the same spot. So my curves are too high. Unfortunately, I can't just like drop them without seriously crushing geometry.
Oh.
Because I got fancy. All right. But I think what I could do.
Can you just shift the whole capital up just a smidge?
Yeah, I think I can continue that up. Deep cleansing breaths. Which is going to mess with this.
Imagine being the Greek guy that did this in marble, got to this part and is like, oh, dang
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm thinking. It's definitely still easier. All right, so now I've got an issue because I created bad things.
Oh, that's fun.
But I think everything's not lost, because I think I can delete this. Yep, I was right. I can delete it.
Hey, how about that?
I can grab.
So, I mean, at this point, all your proportions are off, though, right? Everything was done precisely before.
It was. Stuff was right for a while there. That really could have...
That's fun.
Yeah, I just asked for a little too much out of Curve Loft right there. I got silly.
In SketchUp.
I think drink some more creative juices. All right. Okay, so all right, I got it. 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 All right, I got it. I got it.
I'm sorry, what do you have?
It. All right,
Nice.
so I'm gonna
Nice.
cut. Whoop. So I'm going to put this out of the way for just a second. I'm going to joint push pull. I think follow. Yeah. That will have, so joint push pull follow. This is going to be a little bit off when I bring this back in. Takes those shapes and continues them along their path. So look at this, I'm just slightly in right here. You know what? If I carved this out of column and I was off by less than an inch, I'd be good with it. Is that a quitter? Is that a quitter attitude?
A little bit. I mean, it's Friday, so you've got a case of the Fridays.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but some of these columns were.
I bet they weren't.
You don't think they're built in a day?
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. I got no reliable data point to really confirm.
That's true. None of us were there. We don't know. We're all guessing. All right. So I'm gonna take that.
How's that hair looking, by the way? I think you should go ahead and, like, for one of these upcoming videos, go ahead and remove the cap. Just put it all in there.
Oops.
Just put all the gel you got in or whatever and just stick it straight up. See what you got going on.
We could try, but it's not good. It's not a good thing. All right, so I'm dividing this by 16. Just give me this dimension here. Take it straight back again. Pull that up. Pull this straight down. And that's going to give us the geometry for our astrogal. Okay, Astra. All right, I'll divide that into 3 pieces. Put an arc straight down here. Whoops. Other arc with an A and not an L. Half circle. Grab that half circle. Pull it out to my max dimension. Drop that straight down. And then boom, boom, boom. All right. Now, re-weld that. All right, so I'm going to say, follow me one time. Follow me 2 times. And then soften it up. And finally, I'm gonna just do the same way I did last time. I'll take this, rather than actually getting a dimension or anything, I can just put a rectangle right here from the middle. Click there, bring it out this way, grab this way, boom. Okay, then grab the square and follow me with this shape right here. Oh, didn't quite close that. All right, that, my friends, I believe.
Stick a fork in it.
Make it a component. And then what was this? What was it doing? Doric.
Doric.
Whoa, I'm yelling. I'm so mad.
So I went and looked it up, and so apparently there's five. There's five columns, and one of them, which you didn't pick, was Corinthian, and I'm realizing probably why you chose to avoid it, because what it said in the description was there's lots of little leaves at the top.
I saw that.
It's just an extra hour per leaf.
The cap detail could probably be its own live stream.
Just that detail.
Just that detail. Yeah, if you look at it, because it's on the image I posted. If I go back to this one up here, it looks something like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Which would be fun. That'd be a fun time. That would be, I think if I was doing something like this.
Look at the detail in that and you think, yeah.
Carving that out of marble? That's madness.
I'm figuring that like these guys were probably socially distancing and they reached a point where they're just bored. So they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to spend the next 14 months carving leaves. Isn't
there a big chunk of super hard material out back? Yeah, I'm going to whittle that down into something beautiful.
Somebody give me a grinder. They didn't even have a grinder. They had to just rub their chisels on stone. No, thank you. I have a hard enough time carving wood.
I will say, this is something that's always gotten me about classic architecture. Like it irritates me. Why? Maybe somebody, if you guys know, like I really want to know this. Why do they always put the column like this? Like, why is it always set in? The cap, the beam, the whatever you call this thing on top, it never comes out to the edge. It's always like sitting in like this. And that's always bothered me. Like I've always been...
They need a place for the pigeons to sit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's always... I'm just so disappointed.
I like the sigh at the end of each of those.
Okay. All right.
So which part of this is the OG? They keep calling it the OG, OGEE, not the original gangster.
Right. I don't know.
And John McC wanted you to zoom in, but I don't know what he wants you to zoom in on because I don't know what the OG is.
I don't have a portion. There's nothing on here saying OG. The actual beam is centered
Robert
on
said
the column.
The beams.
So I get that for structural reasons. I guess that makes sense. But couldn't they make the beam a little bit longer so it was more aesthetically pleasing to me?
You weren't even alive yet. They didn't have you to ask. You were still dead.
They were pretty forward thinking. Okay, let's move on.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Do some more stuff now. All right, let's go grab our last one. So I believe what I'm going to do here, one way or another, I'm not going to recreate. Well, as soon as I say I want to cop out, I can't. All right, let's just do this thing. Just shut up and model, man.
Just do it. Which Nike was a Greek goddess, so she was the original.
Nike?
Just do it, person.
Oh, there we go.
I think she pronounced it Nike.
Is that true?
I'm not making this up.
but you might be. Okay, so this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first thing I'm gonna do as I do this one, I'm gonna do my circle again. Based on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's gonna be 24 flutes. What I would like is for this section right here, this flat, to be facing out. So I don't want a seam right here running down the middle. I want that to actually be a flat part. So as I look at this, I should have flat. So I'll have 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. So 3 times 24. That's silly.
John said you were missing the astragal on the top of the other column. But we've already got rid of our source image, so.
Prove it. No, it's right here. Right there.
Okay. Good. That was a test. You passed.
Slinging mud like that. Okay, so. Yeah, so I got to figure out how many pieces. So 24 sides. I guess I could just make it 24. It's a little lower quality than what we have for these pieces, but if I do twice that, no, I could do it. I could do 48 again. Okay, we'll do 48. So I'm gonna come in here, circle, 48 sides, and we'll pull it out 6 foot because it's a radius, and there we go. All right, so this is the bottom of our circle. This is right here. We're starting there. All right.
Ooh, that curve in the Scotia or Scotia or whatever. That's going to be fun.
This right here? Is this what you're talking about? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, at the bottom.
Oh.
The third tier at the bottom.
Oh, come on, man. All right. Yeah, I know. We got that, but no problem. All right, so what is that half? So this is 6 foot for the base. The overall width is 8/6. So that's 12, 16. Is that right? This is going to be 8 feet this way. No, 8 feet. All right, so there is this whole block. This bottom part is 1/3, so we're going to go divide into thirds. And here's our first piece. That's the square chunk. So I could conceivably actually do this. Like that, and then say rectangle from the center here to here. And then I could just get rid of this. Push this up to here, and there we go. All right, we got a plinth. All right, so now this is where it gets.
You know what you can do?
Yes.
It's just pull that up to full height, and then you've got a nice caveman column.
I thought you were going to tell me to carve it out of there just like they did.
Well, that too. The cavemen didn't do that. They didn't even have tools.
No, the Greeks did. All right, so this piece is going to get divided into thirds according to my drawing. And this piece right here is going to be a half circle. So I'm going to draw another arc. Pick that arc and pull it straight out to there. And one more piece down. All right, so above that, so these two thirds up here, this is divided, oops, I get one solid line here, And then divide that again into 2 pieces. And then that lower half is divided into quarters.
I wonder if it would be easier, or how much extra work it would be to just create like a storyline off to the side that like go through, create all your lengths at the beginning, and then you can just snap to them as you go.
That would not be bad. I was actually thinking about that, but I think there'd be so many of them, it would be actually kind of rough. All right, so this piece comes up straight here at the edge. What I'm trying to figure out is where's my horizontal dimension for this? So I'm right here. I don't know how far this is to here.
Bottom of the fillet. Oh.
This right here, the top of the fillet.
It's one.
See where that comes up and it comes back to here, but I don't have that dimension. Where is that at? I don't have how far this is out from here. See what I'm saying? See where I'm lost? So here's the face of the column.
Unfortunately, your screen is... Yeah, your video is locked up. I couldn't see what you're doing. You're just like here to here, and I'm staring at your cursor, not moving.
So...
It's fine.
This... Oh, I see what happens. I think... Okay. I think it's this.
Are you trying to figure out the...
I think it is here, here, here. I think that's my curves, 1/3.
It certainly looks like the right curve. Wow, that went way faster and more easily than I expected it to.
All right, I'm glad. I'm glad that that I was able to ease your pain. Wait, no. Oh, wait, yeah, I do that. So this portion is divided into...
I like having less pain.
Quarters. And then this goes up. And then this is all a circle. I'm going to just drop a circle like that. Grab this, this, and this. Oh, no, check this out. This goes to here.
What?
Sorry. Oh, that was pretty close. That is the point it's supposed to go to, based on that half circle.
Make enough columns, you start to figure out the tricks.
Man.
You might have a fallback career.
Cursing Greeks? All right. Whew. That was silliness. All right, so now I do have to redraw this curve though, because that changed my value there. And I can actually take this, put that up there, because that's the same curve right there. Oh man, that was really something. All right, and then I'll just redraw that Bezier from here.
Except that the torus bulges out, doesn't cut in.
Oh, you're right. I can flip that. That's easy enough. Here to here.
So Bezier doesn't seem like a Greek word, so I don't think they used Bezier
Probably
in
not.
Greece.
They didn't have plugins back then. All right, how's that look? All right, that works. Follow me with that. Pew. Wow. All right. Now
If you're
then.
doing this out of marble, that would have taken you 3 weeks.
That's true. That is very true. All right. Who's got me an overall height of a Ionic column? Is it the same? Can we assume it's the same as the Doric? It's the Doric column?
I don't think you can. I think that each of these has different height definitions.
I'm sure they do. Ugh. No, nobody could just go along with anybody else. We all gotta make our mark. Be so cool. Well, if it's 7-to-1, that's where it goes to. What else we got here? Thanks for coming by, Asuru.
We're losing people.
9D. 9D. So that would be 9 times 12 is what?
108?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel said that.
Holy cow, look at the size of that one. All right, I'm gonna do this fast because I really want to do this scroll work. This is the whole reason I'm doing this, is to draw that.
I think people in the...
What's that?
I think the Ionic folk, the people from the Ionic era or whenever...
Ionicers, I hear they're called.
I think they were just really tall.
That works.
That's the thing you don't appreciate about the Greeks, is that they were actually all 12 feet tall. Like the aliens in Avatar.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna draw a line right here like this. Actually, no, I'm gonna grab these 3 lines. Let's grab the whole thing. What the heck? Bring it up here to work with. So one of these sections is like this. Okay, so this section is one flute. The flute is 5 degrees? Yes. So it's 10 degrees of half circle and then 5 degrees. So 2.5 degrees here, 2.5 degrees here, 5 degrees left. I'm just saying words. Is anybody following what I'm saying there? Am I lying?
I mean, they're all words. They're all words I recognize. So that's good.
Okie doke. So,
man, that is some complicated way to calculate where those flutes go.
well, I got to figure out, all I'm really thinking about right now is how, there we go. So if I take this line right here and I rotate it, option, 2.5 degrees, I do the same thing here, I rotate it 2.5 degrees, and it's going to be just short of the line now, so I have to continue that, carry that on out, carry that on out. This is the thickness, this is the diameter of the circle I need to use for my flute. Basically,
Okay.
Nothing else here matters. Get rid of everything except for this line right there. Okay. Now, I will make a circle. And I will go above that and make another circle. Ah, crap, I'm off axes though.
Oh, beans.
Easy fix. axes. Okay. All right, now I can draw another circle straight above that. There we go. Take that, follow me with that. Same thing I did before. I'm just going to chop the circle in half, grab half of it like this, Command X. Whoops, didn't get all of it. Command X. All right. Command V. I will grab these lines right here. I really like this push line command. It is definitely becoming one of my more well-used commands. Grab that.
Wicked handy.
It is awesome. All right, there we go. All right, so now.
Did you need to save the bottom circle? MCAD's asking.
You're asking that question like there was maybe a reason that I should. Can I ask
and
why
now you can second guess yourself.
I'm not going to say I don't need it. Why do you think I need it? All right, grab my bean here.
That's a Kinder egg.
It is.
Don't swallow it.
All right.
Choking hazard.
All right, now I should be able to take this, run it straight along the red until I hit that. And now what I want to do again, so if this is the, as far as I can tell, this is the proper intersection. Actually, it should go slightly more in, so it should come in till this side hits like that. That is the correct intersection. But obviously, I got to move it up and down a little bit, so I'll drop it down here. Just a little bit of, right about, actually kind of looks like it meets. And then this portion right here is going to come up. And if I was a smart man, I could figure out how far down. Looks like drop it down 1/2 D divided by 6 divided by 3. That much. But what I was saying is that when that cuts in now, that is going to leave a seam right here. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to move it from here to the center here. Now when that goes and cuts in, this piece is going to be flat. It's actually going to cut the column geometry, the actual column pieces in half. So I'm pretty heavy geometry-wise already, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll take that now.
John McSee's pointing out that you're too high. That the top of the plinth should only been 1/6 D, not 1/2. Your plinth's too big.
Did I not make it 1/6? It's smaller than the other ones.
I don't know. It is.
It is.
It's true. Ratio-wise, it looks like it matches everything else. I think, John, I think he might be behind us. I think he might have got some pause because he's talking about stuff we did a long time ago. This happened in the last column.
If I came right here, pull this out here, drop it down
I think
vertical.
It's good.
Let's see, we can check real quick. So I can take this line, divide it into 3 pieces.
Everybody else says it's good. I think John maybe has just got some lag. He's behind us.
Okay. We're good, John. All right, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to rotate it from this face option, skip one, go to the second one, and do it 23x. Boom. All right.
Looks like a lot of gap between the flutes.
Well, it should be 2.5 degrees. I'm going to grab all those, put them into a group, go into that group, explode that geometry, which will take a second. I've never understood why exploding geometry takes time. It seems like that should be an easy one, but I guess it's checking for what geometry should merge with. I'm going to save it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this.
It's having to create new face.
And I'm going to subtract that from this not a solid. Let's make that a group. All right. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to subtract it from this. We may have to hang out and talk for just a few minutes now. Ugh, socializing. Did you see? All right, I'll just have to throw this out here because I can. People are protesting the concept of social distancing.
I think there's a batch of conspiracy people out there that think that it's all a fake.
I mean, it sucks. I'm not going to say it's not a bad thing, but I mean, the reason behind it seems pretty solid, right? Don't get other people sick.
Yeah, no, there's science backing it up at this point.
I don't know. I just don't know. Humans, am I right?
Psh, well, I don't even want to be next to him anyway.
Dividing. Vlad on Facebook is asking if dividing is a plugin. It's not. It's actually native. It will only show up if you have a single edge selected. So click on an edge, right click, and divide will be there in one of the top groups. John McCee's asking about the Bezier curve. I did.
Yeah,
I said this is going to take a little while.
As I said, he's like,
oh,
he's 5 or 10 minutes behind us.
Yeah, Christopher Ryan said some people were protesting too. That's, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're in America. Everybody has the right to complain about what they don't like, but that's one that just came off as kind of weird to me because Saeed pointed out it should be called physical distance and not social distancing. It is basically the opposite of being social. Yeah. You're standing
right
a full errand length away from somebody else and talking to them.
I'm going to guess what they mean is when you're out being social, maintain X distance, 2 meters.
Yeah, I get it. It's just kind of a funny term. Yeah, I agree. It's an odd one. But yeah, I don't love it, but I kind of figure, what are you gonna do? Let it. We'll just go
anti-social distancing.
Anti-social
Andy's got it.
Andy got it. That's right.
Yeah, Christopher Ryan, I'm with you, man. I don't want to get sick, and I also don't want to get my family sick.
Well, that was the thing that got me too, is the pictures they showed of people who were actually protesting were standing in a tight group, no masks, no gloves, or anything else, and I'm like, this whole theory could actually come back and bite you.
I know, right? That's the only thing that the enjoyment I get out of seeing that stuff is they're the ones that are going to end up getting.
I know.
They'll experience the drawbacks.
Bringing this upon yourself. All right, I'm going to take this time here. Yeah. I'm not going to be mean to them, but what happens, happens. So I'm going to throw this out here. This is something that we'll actually see come to fruition later on. Next week, Monday, if all goes right, we're actually going to be starting a new contest on Monday. So if you're not already on the forums, get onto the forums, get your ID created, and keep an eye out Monday morning. Morning being morning in Colorado, because we're going to kick off a new contest. So something to do while you're all locked up and being antisocial is that.
Oh,
that'll be a fun one.
To get latency. I didn't hear anything you're saying.
Okay, so that's my true opinion of Jody.
Perfect.
No, I was just saying we have a new contest starting up Monday. So it's going to be on the forum. We're going to run through the forum.
You could express your opinion to me so quickly.
Those 4-letter words don't take long to crack out there. That's it. Somebody was asking if I could.
Monday morning competition.
That's right. Monday morning competition. That's the important part. Yeah, this is a bummer. I didn't think this was gonna take quite so long.
This is amazing. Whatever you're saying in that little silent blurb. Yeah. I can't believe it's not. Did you save before you did this?
I did. I saved right before, and I really didn't think. I mean, I guess I could reduce the number of sides in my subtraction pieces, but this shouldn't. I didn't think this would take this long. Honestly, I thought it would take a little bit of time.
This is what you get for moving them to be.
We'd kill some time talking about things
on their own face. You said it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Several people want to know what you look like, Jody. Or the same person's asking over and over again.
I literally look just like a voice. It is the weirdest thing.
He's actually just a jar.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Maybe once we get back in the regular studio and we're actually in the same room, maybe we'll have a Jody cam at that point.
If I still want to do this, man, yeah. I might be sick of you by that point.
Might be done by then. You've been called John Malkovich.
All kinds of stuff happening here. Yeah, so Sebastian has seen me. I'm still actually supposed to send him some more pictures. But I shaved my beard off since the last time I sent him a picture. And so now I look like your scary redneck uncle. And so I'm not sending pictures out.
Yeah, it is just, Lawrence is wondering if you're just a brain in a jar. Sebastian's insisting you look like because you had that John Malkovich thing. All right, I did have this question. We haven't addressed this yet, and we're still stalling. So I had a question about the mouse, this thing. So this is what's called a 3D mouse. This specific one is the Space Mouse Enterprise from a company called 3D Connection. What this does is this allows me to move the model normally in 3D space just by moving the puck over here. So rather than using the scroll mouse to zoom in and out and click in orbit, that kind of thing, I can actually do all of that just with this mouse and moves it in 3D. It's not a requirement to run SketchUp. You can run SketchUp perfectly well with just a 3-button mouse or even a trackpad. But it's a nice option to have if you do a lot of time, if you spend a lot of time showing people things or moving in 3D space, that kind of thing. That's right. We get that question at least once per stream, so I appreciate you taking care of that and being the one to ask. All right, Marcus is finally broken down and going to buy one. I wasn't saying that. I didn't mean to put the hard sell on. It is a cool option, though, if you do a lot of 3D modeling.
We do not.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to actually go through and modify. I'm going to go through and modify all these links to be an affiliate.
Oh,
and then I'll post links and I'll just reap the rewards.
I should reach out on that one. All right, I'm going to call it here. I was hoping just saying that I'm going to call it here was enough to stop this, but it didn't work. All right, I'm curious about something. All right, we're gonna kill it, jump out. I got some other options here. All right, so one thing I was curious about is I want to check out and just see if it works. Let me go to another extension. Let's try Enterot Solid Tools. Oh, no, hold up. Enterot Solid Tools are different because you have to. These are both solids. Solid.
So the sad news at our house right now is that Hamilton's supposed to be in Denver in August. And so tickets were going on sale on the 20th. And they just pushed everything back.
Yeah.
Because apparently everybody in my house wants to go see Hamilton.
That is a bummer. Stuff is getting canceled like I just got the email yesterday that AIA, which we were planning on going to, got canceled yesterday. So like cancel.
Oh.
They're not even like postponing it. They're just saying we'll see you in 2021. So that's crazy.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, when was Top Gun 2 supposed to release? Is that like nowish? Nathaniel's saying
Probably May. I mean, that's usually when all the big blockbusters come out.
I was looking. I was on I don't know if it was iTunes or Prime, and they have all these movies now that were supposed to be released in the theaters, and you can just rent them for $20, which I don't know if that'll make up for the millions, but that they make. But I guess it's better than nothing. Yeah, that did look like a fun one. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to push stuff back or if they're just going to keep releasing stuff. I still haven't watched Onward. Like that was good. I like that. Okay, I'm still cutting here. I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, Dune is going to be, that is the next one that I'm like stupidly excited about.
Did you see the new stills they posted this week?
I did. That looks very cool. That's going to be a fun one. Yeah, one of our friends of SketchUp, Chris Rosewarne, was I don't know what his official title was. Prop design, set design. He was actually
awesome SketchUp guy.
Yeah, big SketchUp user. Some of you guys may have seen him at Basecamp in 2018. He did a couple classes on how he uses SketchUp. He's very basic. He like basic tools. He's like Nick Sonder kind of in that he doesn't do a whole lot of extensions. It's just the basic drawing tools. But he was working on Dune, and of course he can't say a whole lot like about it.
SketchUp Rain Man.
But he definitely needs line tool. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. Aaron Powell just called this out. He's got the solution. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this thing now.
What did he say? Wait.
We're gonna simplify the entire process.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, I kind of enjoyed hanging out and being social, doing my unsocial distancing.
Yeah, I was commenting this recently as I'm kind of starting to get a little bit of cabin fever.
Yeah, it really, for whatever reason, it hit me today. Like just for whatever reason today, I just really felt like I was done. Maybe it's because of the snow. We had a lot of snow the last 2 days, so maybe that was part of it. All right, so I'm going to use this just one cutter. I'm going to come over here and subtract it. Oops, is this not a solid anymore? What did I do? How did I do that? All right.
No. No wonder it was not. Well, it was exciting.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to select A. Let's deselect one. Something's going on here. I think I have other issues besides trying to use solid tools because my computer's locking up when I'm not doing anything.
You know, I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about your issues. And this seemed like a great platform for it.
I don't think we got time. I'll be honest with you.
I appreciate your honesty.
Okay, yeah, something. All right. Not even doing anything anymore.
So here's the fun part is that you're not even really properly screwing up. It's just...
All right, I'm just going to cut that out.
Your dang old computer.
I'm going to delete this. I know, you guys have seen me. I'll own up to screwing up, and I'm good at it. I'm very proud of that. All right, make group. All right, solid, 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 solid. Okay, select. I want to save because subtract. This should only take us, all right, there we go. Whew. All right, so now, let's see, how will I go about this? Because I got so smart, all right, if I just take that, where's my center?
Brandon really wants me to tell you to stop trying to intersect components.
I did.
You have to
I'm
explode
done.
first.
All right, there we go. Drop it there. And I did that extra intersection one time because what I want to do now is grab this and then this, and this, and then rotate that from here to here, 22x, boom. All right, so now all I got to do is grab these 21 sides, and delete them, and we're done. Okay, so as usual, we had a little detour there. I usually find something. I am honestly, I've done a lot more intersecting than that in the past and never run into that problem. So well, plus just trying to select something, it locked up. So
I like that it's
I'm gonna blame some of
giving
that
us a chance to talk.
It is. See, again, I'm just locking up at weird times. All I do is select. And then it keeps spinning. I just want to draw this little scroll work. Come on, man. let me do scroll work. Okay. Whew. Oops, except I got to come in here. All right, so I got to go from here to here. I'm going to divide that into 3 pieces. Then at this piece, I'm going to draw my cutting plane.
Lawrence is asking what the push line tool is. I'm going to throw a plug in. I'm going to throw a link out there.
I'm going to link it up.
Just link
it has become, like, seriously one of my favorites. I've just been using it like crazy since I got it installed. It's a great way to take geometry and just you know, lines and push pull them like you would with push pull. I think as you use SketchUp more, push pull becomes like your nature. That's how you move stuff or create faces. I really should have saved. You're absolutely right. All right, there we go. Living on the edge.
It's a 40-40. I think John McSee's caught up to us.
All right.
He's talking about what we're talking about.
Awesome. We're glad to have you, John. Welcome back. All right, so
welcome back.
I'm gonna resize
to the
this to. I'm gonna grab just the top. Use box scaling to scale the top to 0.83333 again, and then we can draw some scrolls. Seriously, like this detail right here is basically the detail that made me want to do this whole thing, because I'm like, oh, that is cool. Let's figure out how to do that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I need to. Actually, I think what I need to do is, I really believe that I have too many extensions installed. I have like, I don't know, 60
1
extensions.
million extensions.
It's a lot. And a lot of them I've installed just to play with for like a few minutes, and I need to go through and I need to clean house. All right, let's go to tool palette. Speaking of which,
you could, yeah, that's a good call. And he said you could save as and then remove the other columns. So you've got little bit less
That's
weight
true.
in your model.
Speaking of which. All right, so let's go. Thinking. All right. Whew, we're there. All right, we're going to explode that.
Now the easy part.
Well, the fun part at the very least.
Yeah, fun. That's an interesting word choice for this.
Okay, the part that I've been looking forward to.
This is the dessert of the column.
Right. Oh my gosh, this is killing me. All right. You know what? Actually, I should, at the very least, you're right. These are actually saved in the model, so I can actually delete those because I can come back at any point into my components and pull those out of here. I don't need them on screen. I don't need their geometry getting in my way. Something weird is going on. All right, I'm just gonna grab those lines right there, soften and smooth those lines. All right, and let's cap this thing off. Whew, all right, let's get it up here. All right, again, a reference plane. My overall capital height is 1/2 plus 1/36. Seems totally unnecessary. All right,
And
so
this was the part you were looking forward to. Nice.
6
But
foot.
you had a sigh.
What is 1/36 of 12 foot? Is that 4 inches?
Wait, 1/36 of
1/36 of 12 foot. 4 inches? Is that right? I'm so anxious. I'm so like.
I'm getting 0.33.
Yeah, that's 4 inches. 0.33 of a foot is 4 inches, right? Oh man, I got this math thing down.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
You're like subconsciously, all of a sudden the maths are just like leaking into your brain hole.
Well, I think what it is I can do certain maths when they're directly related to certain things, like, for example, the drawing of architectural things. Inches, for whatever reason, I have an easier time with than regular full-on math. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. So this is the bottom of the curve. This is all the way down here. All this geometry, I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab all of this. Oh, it's already a separate piece, because this, I believe, actually drops down into it, because the top of the column is right here. And right
so Stephen
here,
on Facebook pointed out that the entasis, I don't know what that thing's supposed to be, is a parabolic curve of the shaft.
you're a parabolic thing.
How dare you, sir?
I don't know what. Yeah. All right, let me just fight one fire at a time right now.
You just keep doing it Aaron style.
We'll get there. All right, I want you guys to know that I'm doing a lot more reference lines than I used to, because so many people have said how much they like them. So I'm really trying to like them more. All right, so this is my broken into sixth geometry. The bottom sixth here is broken into 3 pieces. What does that get me? I'm trying to find where this is supposed to be. Oh, that's this. This is 1/6 down. Okay, so now I can grab all of this, and this is right here is dropped to right there. Okay, that's in the right spot now. All right, I'm working my way down now. So this piece right here is divided into thirds. This is the abacus. You know, abacus. All right, now I need to get, all right, so this geometry pulls off of right down here. There's the edge of the circles right here. And pull a line straight up. That line is this line right here. So 1/16 of the diameter back. I'm not going to do that math. I'm just going to draw a line like this, and I'm going to draw it 12 feet. And then I'm going to select that line. I'm going to divide it into 16 pieces, and I'm going to drop a line. Boom. That's 1/16 back. Oh, and this is actually supposed to be over here. I'm sorry.
Wah, wah.
I drew it the wrong way.
That's better.
There we go. I'm actually quite proud about the ability I have developed to completely avoid adding or subtracting things.
Well, you're doing it. You just don't realize it. You're not thinking about it.
It's whatever works, as long as I don't have to do it, that I notice.
I'm not arguing that with you.
I know. That would be a losing argument. That was a little extreme. That's okay. That works. That works for me. I like that. That's I'm gonna call that my abacus. All right. So that is my abacus.
It looks too deep to me.
Too deep? Like?
Yeah, it looks like it
Deep?
goes way far to the left. Yeah.
Over here? This is this line.
What does that say it is? That's 1/18. Did you say 1/16? I think it's 1/8.
I did 1/16. Oh, is it 1/18? Oh, okay.
It's 1/18. Sorry, that's on me.
12 foot.
I'm giving you an out.
Divide.
Yeah, it's definitely 18.
Okay, we can do that. That's easy enough to fix. Watch this. I don't even cur. And I'm just gonna grab these lines, pull them back to there. All right, there we go. That's enough. All right,
So everybody is projecting that. That looks better to me. Everybody's betting that as soon as you get to the vol, you're going to
quit.
Stuff's going to catch on fire. Yeah.
That's.
Brandon said just skip to that part and freeze your Mac up.
Oh, that's the kind of support I come to expect from. There we go. All right. Whew. Nailed it. All right, that's what we got right now. Now, let's get Vlutical. Vlutian? Vlutomic? All right, so what I know I got here, what was that? 2/3 of 12 foot is.
You should probably save soon.
8, which is 4. So if I come this way, 4 foot. So, ah, crap, hold up. Gotta group this together temporarily. All right, so I'm gonna grab all of this. I'm gonna copy it over here for just a moment. Because, so here's what I got. So this right here, this is 4 foot over from the center. Yes. This is the outside of this curve. That's this right here. Then, do I actually have a dimension to the outside, or is it just that they go from there and then you should figure it out? Oh no, because I have the height, so I go from here to here.
Yeah, all dimensions look like they're all height-wise.
So that's right here.
Is it a Fibonacci spiral? Do you know?
It's not.
Okay.
If I come here, so here's what I did. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save. And then I'm going to import this same image. I'm going to import this as an image. And I'm going to throw it on the ground nice and big. All right. So since it's just a question of scale, again, everything being what it is, I know that this is the center of my spiral. This is the top of my spiral. This is the inside edge. This is the bottom of my spiral. And I can go from there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm trying to X-ray so I can see this as I draw it. I'm going to go grab, this is just a standard Archimedes spiral. We go from the center point.
Lawrence literally just said, remember, these spirals are all Archimedean.
Oh, everyone's an Archimedean.
Oh,
I nailed that.
I need a drum kit.
Okay, what is going on?
I keep reading egg and dart motif on that, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on with those guys. Oh.
Okay. Something's happening. Draw. I can't draw spirals now. That's cool. That was neat. Oh, it's because it's all so far below 0? Is that why?
Or maybe it's just you have too many plugins. Or maybe it's a Mac thing.
You can't.
Oh.
You can't use Curve Maker below the origin.
Well, obviously. Who'd want to do that anyway?
I learn something new.
That is weird.
Every single day. All right, so now here comes a question that I have. Do I follow the image here, or do I trust this tool that I have, which is supposed to be mathematically making curves perfect? I'm gonna go with the tool. Maybe not.
It's not like the guy who originally designed this is going to come after you.
That's true. He's probably not doing so well. All right, I'm going to draw one curve. Right here. And after a certain point, my arc seems to kind of come off of that curve. So I'm going to do my best to copy it like that.
Jill Selfman said these are actually logarithmic spirals, not Archimedean, which would explain why your thing ain't working.
Logarithmic doesn't sound like ancient Greek.
It does. Oh, I don't know. Let's just.
All right. Again, let's remember.
It's Greek, actually, from
This,
logos and arithmos.
oh, well.
It is a
Now
Greek
I've
word.
learned that.
Yeah.
Again, this is the reason I was doing it, because this is the part I was so excited about. Let's all remember that. All right, we're at 0. Whew. All right, here's all I want to do. All right, I'm just gonna get an arc in here, or a spiral.
Well, that's...
I don't think I have logarithmic was not an option here.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, logarithm came about in the 17th century, so it's got Greek roots, but it ain't Greek.
All right, so I'm going to come in this far.
That looks so close.
And then I'm going to grab another one and come out to here.
Stephen said on Facebook, said each quarter arc is centered in from the same point and smaller at each quarter inward. I mean, maybe this is just a line segment kind of problem.
It could, well, except it doesn't. Here, explode this. Grab that, explode. Take that straight across like that. And get rid of this piece on the outside. And then this piece. All right, so here's what we got so far. Not bad, we're coming close to it. Let me draw one more arc here, or one more spiral. Take it out to like that point maybe. Explode that, and then I should be able to get rid of that piece, get rid of this piece, and then last thing will be to draw a circle right here. All right, now what I've created at that point is that, which I think will work. I think this is going to be okay. What I can do to get that second piece, so here's the thing, is that I can't just use an offset, because you can see that this spiral actually shrinks as it goes through here, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So what I'm going to do is grab it by the middle, and I'm going to rotate it out like that. All right, and then I need this piece to close back up. So I'm going to try a regular arc right here and see what happens. All right, that gets us that. I don't like that. I'm going to draw another arc. I'm going to draw it with 6 sides. See if it matches up a little better. All right, now, take this piece. Oh, I got some overlap here. I didn't watch my arc and my circle very well. A little bit, whoops, a little bit of cleanup to happen here. But it didn't overlap the whole time, did it? I think it's just the... Oh man. One moment, please. Because then I think I can just take that. I'll resize it. I'll scale it first. We'll get it to the right size so it fits on top of the arc, or in our plane, close to in our plane, and then we'll give it some depth, and then we'll have to fill in the inside, which I have some thoughts about as well. All right. So if I weld that, what do I get? Ooh, all one piece. Not necessarily what I want. So I'm going to break that real quick. When I draw those lines, that'll break this out as its own piece. And then I'm going to draw a line right here. So now it should give me two curves. One there, one there. Okay, cool. Everything's cool. This now, Command S, I'm going to make a group. And I'm going to grab it by that point right there. We're going to take it up to, we can actually go right on the real thing. We don't have to do that reference one. And then I will roll that so it's down flat, just a bit bigger.
Oops.
Right. Now, if I bring this point right here, should, I think, go right to that point right there. All right, I'm okay with this. Okay. Now let's work on this. Save? Okay.
Save it first.
I have some faith in what I'm doing. I don't need to save ever again. Okie doke, yes. So this piece, I'm going to pull out like this a little bit. And then this piece, I'm going off of some images I've seen of these things. Something like that. Now, I'm going to grab, oops, I got to make this part of this arc. Weld that. All right, so if I grab this piece, this, and this, I should be able to curve aloft that. Something's not right. Oh, I got a break. I got a break.
Fix it.
It is fixed, maybe. Nope. Oh, dang. I'll just select it. It's fine. This piece and this piece. And curve aloft it. Look at that. Oh, baby. Ooh. Yes.
You might have a future here. That looks good.
All right, so pull this through like this. I'm gonna turn on my. Oh, actually, I'm starting at the middle, so that's going to be an issue, but I'll pull this out to the far end here, and I can pull this through too. Come to here, I'll close that up. And then I can just take the whole thing, scoot that this way. What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to close up the underside. So where's that meat? Ah, oh, hey, oh! Did I close up the bottom? That was the wrong spot. I'll just push line. Pull that through all the way. And grab that. Now I can slide that back to that point. Not quite sure what's going on there. The looks like I came inside the curve a little bit. Whoa, whoa, man.
John, I think John's a little behind us again, but he is curious and it's probably worth speaking to is why didn't you trace this? Why don't you just continue to work with the actual 2D version?
Didn't want to.
Like you did with your curve.
I could have, but again, I was using reference for that. I don't actually have snap points here for anything,
Yeah.
so I would still have to go get exact dimensions.
Yeah.
So I'm actually probably a little bit off here, to be honest. But I'm okay with that in this particular one. All right.
Okay.
So
now eggs and darts.
Let's wrap this thing.
Oh, sorry. Finish this first.
Let's finish this before I tell you that I'm not doing that.
It'd be like the crosses when we were doing the London Tower.
Yeah, we sure could do that.
The Tower Bridge.
That's right. All right. I'm going to take all 4 of those, make them one group, go into that group, explode those, and then re-soften it all together. All right, last couple pieces here. We have a profile to build here. I'm going to go ahead and hide this temporarily. We have a profile to build here that would have the eggs and darts on it. Like I said, I feel pretty good with the amount of work I've done, so I'm going to let that go. But we can build that profile, wrap it around there, and then merge the whole thing together. So this is the actual profile of that section. So there's got our quarter circle, half circle, straight down, and then a drop into here. These are each of those thirds. Abacus. Man, I don't remember what my proportions are here anymore.
Uh-oh.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections going from here. Yeah, this, so from here, oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no, this is right. So I don't have to worry about this, whoops. I don't have to worry about this section anymore. That was for the bottom of my veluti thing. This piece, I don't know how far this comes out either. Look at that, I don't have a dimension again. Looks like it's further than this. So if that's that, it comes out beyond that something. I probably have to work backwards into it. So at the bottom, that's right here. We have a third, oh, here's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uppermost outside arc of the whole volute is not tangent to its lower connected neighbor. Are you trying to make it so?
I don't know what you just said.
Okay,
honest. Fine. I don't know. All right, so
you
I'm
want to fight?
This line. All right, here's what I'm seeing, guys. So at the bottom of our abacus, that's this line right here. And the top of my column, that's this line right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So that's actually what I had before. Why did I delete that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. We're good, right? So this is filled up by this piece right here. This right here is this next one. That's number 2 and 3. No. Oh, it's not even. That's why. Okay. Well, I can leave that on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right here at the bottom, this is divided into 3. Divided into 3. This one. Comes out like this. And then has an arc on top of that. All right, so that's this piece. From there, we have a circle like that, which comes back to here. No. No. 1, 2. Okay, so these next 3 pieces are broken into 9 sections. Oh man, couldn't make it easy. So each of these is broken into 3 sections, and this is up this. All I want to, you're right, I should have traced this. This is getting just silly. I mean, just because you can divide stuff a bunch of times doesn't mean you should.
Well, so I find that from this side of the camera, it's always funner to watch when you regret something.
Just choosing this in general? Is that what you're referring to? All right.
And just all things.
Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna clean some stuff off. I'm gonna keep this little surface right down here for my curvy inny thingy. Also a technical Greek term. All right, we got it, guys. I think we're there. We finally made it to the other side. Awesome. Delete that. Is this part of that? It is. Oops, nope. Okay. Now I can select this and do a circle. I can explode this now. Again, not the way it all explodes. Ooh, my hat's sliding down on my head. So much brow furrowing. That's my problem. Is I'm really pushing hard with the brow.
I thought it was you're using so much of your brain that your head is shrinking.
Oh no, I won't claim that.
Your brain's dehydrated, your head's shrinking.
That could be. I could be dehydrated. I would not doubt that.
Yeah.
All right.
You're never saving, you're never drinking.
Well, unless we build bathroom breaks into this, I can't drink a whole lot more. We're 3 hours in. For all our sakes.
You're in a garage, which is doubling as your shop. You can always just grab a jar. Is that inappropriate?
What's within reach? Oh, wait, can't talk about that anymore. Got this to do. All right, I'm gonna take this line, roll that down to here. Oops. Draw an arc from here to here. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Hide that. Oops, I got a surface inside. Get rid of that. Boom. Get rid of that. All right. Now I should be able to select this. Weld it up real quick. All right, follow me with this shape. Yes. All right, and now we can come, oh, I can get rid of that too. Now we can come over here to our outliner, unhide this group. Oh yeah. All right, so the last things I would do is come in here. So let's see if this is solid already. No. Okay, that's going to be an issue. Might not spend the time to fix that right now. Sometimes when you mirror, it doesn't want to. It looks like it connected together okay. Let's see.
It's looking good here, other than your eggs and bacon.
I'm not sure why it's saying that it believes. All right, so here's a question. How far does this come out? Should this come out to this point right here? I honestly don't know. I have no clue. I kind of feel like I should
definitely
do
a question.
That. Those words were definitely a question.
So it says 5/6D, right? Is that, no, that's the piece beneath it.
All right, this just became an Ionic column because I think it should come out to here. Ooh.
So I'm pulling up a picture on the
Google.
Pulling up a picture on the Google, and it definitely does not protrude past. It comes out the same amount as. So yeah, I think that's right there. What you got?
All right. I'm gonna make that a new group. All right. There we go.
Corley, or Stephen on Facebook said that the width of the scroll is 1 diameter, 12 in this case. He has been a wealth of relevant information here, and has actually been to Greece to look at these things, so that helps too.
Well, he's incorrect because it's 15.
Now.
Yeah, I believe that. That
looks great from this angle.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that though.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go into my components. I'm gonna grab my other two columns, slap them in here. I'm going to remove my watermark. And I'm not finishing this up. I don't know what is going on with my computer, but apparently processing any amount of geometry is not in the plans, the cards for today. So I'm gonna save this as it is. I will post it and I will put it in the warehouse. So if you guys want to grab this and clean this up, you are more than welcome to do that. Oh, that looks good. That turned out cool. That was fun.
Easy for you to say. I heard nothing.
It is saved. It is saved. Awesome. Well, that was fun. That was cool. That was like I said. I apologize for. I was noticing issues earlier this week, but not just in SketchUp. I was having problems in my video editing software too, where it would just same thing. It's very similar. I would select something and it would just.
It would be nice for Lawrence and myself if you could clean up those midpoint lines, soften those things.
Yeah, I was trying. Oh, I wonder if I have a surface in here. Hold up.
There's one.
Let's peeky over here. All right, that might work. Almost. All right. Now. How's that? That work? Now I can save?
Looks good to me.
Awesome.
Nathaniel said that the midpoint is slightly recessed in real columns, so he was actually giving you a pass.
Okay, I'll take that. Well, hey, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys helping me out. I learned a lot of things that I hope to retain some of. That was cool. Now, the next time I'm at some sort of a anti-social gathering and somebody says Ionic and Doric, I'll be like, did you know that in
Let me just tell you
Ionic,
about.
7 times diameter versus Doric, which is only 6 times.
You already forgot, didn't you?
I already got them wrong. Sorry. Okay. Well, you guys, that was 3 hours flew by. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. That was fun.
That was ambitious to get that done in 3 hours. I'm impressed.
We got 3 of them somewhat done. I don't know. Like I said, I'll post them. You guys can go check them out. Check my dimensions. Check my do some cleanup if you want. I won't be offended. I wonder if this is actually, does this turn out closer to a solid now that I deleted those inside faces? I don't think that's right.
TomTom's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, I think you're mistaken. Okay, undo, and close. All right, so I'll get that. I'll put that up on the warehouse. You guys are more than welcome to please grab it, play with it, clean it up. You want to throw some eggs and darts on there, go for it. But otherwise, I think we are good tonight. You guys come back just to check out the forums on Monday for that contest. I expect everybody here to take part in it. It's going to be a fun one. And we'll see you back here. We'll do probably another Q&A session on Monday too. So yeah, we'll spend more time with you. Thank you again, Jody, for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
But of course. And I'm going to stop thanking you. You're just here. I'm going to say, on behalf of Jody, we thank you from now on, or something like that. Jody and I thank you.
That works too.
Yeah. But
I'll see
thank you guys.
Sure.
Everybody out there, stay safe, stay sane, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. See you guys.
See ya.